What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, I'm going to go over the Vinegar Syndrome February announcements. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, Vinegar Syndrome usually announces their stuff at the beginning of the month, and then they put it out at the end of the month. So I said before, I'm going to start paying more attention to Vinegar Syndrome in 2023, and I think I'm going to start doing these little announcement videos every month, because it's fun to look at the stuff that Vinegar Syndrome puts out. And there's actually some other interesting stuff with this Vinegar Syndrome announcement that we'll get into here in a second. But we're going to get into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, just the straight line Vinegar Syndrome stuff. We'll also talk about the partner label stuff, some sales that are coming up, and then this whole Vinegar Syndrome publishing thing that just came out of nowhere, to be honest. But I'm excited to dig into it. Before we do it, guys, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk all things physical media here on this channel. Tons of 4K and Blu-ray content, boutique Blu-ray content on this channel every single day. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Also, like this video, comment down below, guys. What do you think of this month's February slate? So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Let's start off with this. Well, first off, you do get a triple pack. There are 3 mainline Vinegar Syndrome releases this month. You get the triple pack package, all 3 of the releases, for $86.97. So before we even get into the releases, if you want to pick up all these, it's definitely a value to go ahead and grab these separately. You'll save a few bucks. It's not a ton, but all right. So let's go backwards, and we'll get into the first title. And first off, what I'm noticing here is that I don't think there's any 4K releases this month in this month's Vinegar Syndrome line. They're all Blu-ray releases. So this is the first release, Bio Zombie, and like I said, these are all going to come out at the end of the month. Bio Zombie. I have never heard of this movie. I mean, the artwork looks awesome. I mean, that's what kind of what Vinegar Syndrome's known for. Their awesome looking artwork. Could be a terrible movie, but it looks cool. And let's see. Let's kind of dig into this. Is from 1998. It's Cantonese movie, directed by Wilson Yip. Region-free Blu-ray, studio supplied master with additional restoration, performed by Vinegar Syndrome, presented in both its original Cantonese language soundtrack and newly translated English subtitles, and a Mandarin language dub track. Brand new commentary track with film historian Frank DeG. Bio Zombie, an interview with co-writer director Wilson Yip by Frederick Ambrosian. Video games, Contaminated Leukozade and Human Sushi, a video essay by film historian Chris O'Neill. Alternate ending of Bio Zombie, 20-page booklet with essay by author Rod Lott and film programmer, writer Ariel Esteban Cayer. Reversible sleeve artwork, newly translated English subtitles. So this looks like kind of a, I don't know, a zombie movie, I guess, is what it's kind of like, an infection type movie. And let's see. Invincible and B are 2 wannabe gangsters who spend their days hanging around the mall selling bootleg DVDs when they aren't committing petty crimes and trying to pick up girls. The 2 hoodlums run errands for their low-level triad boss. When one of these errands involves them picking up their boss's car from a mechanic, things take a turn for the 2 delinquents when they accidentally hit a man walking in the middle of the road. Trying to hide their crime, Invincible and B bring the man's body to the mall in order to figure out their next move. Little do they know, this man has been infected with an experimental bioweapon that has turned him into a zombie. So yeah, the basic setup for a zombie film. This is I'm pretty sure this is a Hong Kong movie. So yeah, I have not heard of Bio Zombie, but we'll kind of look through the different artwork on here. Like I said, some cool artwork, and we got some images there as well that we'll kind of scroll through. Looks like an interesting film. I'm sure it's well put together. Asian cinema is usually, as far as like filmmaking quality, like it's usually top notch. So this is not some, obscure 80s trash piece. Like this is probably a very well directed movie. It might have some schlocky content in it, but and they always include a trailer as well. So if you want to watch the trailer before purchasing, you can. So that's enough with Biozombie. And yeah, that's going to be available for $29.99 with the slipcover. And just that, if you want the standard edition, I love how Vinegar Syndrome gives you the option. If you want the standard edition, you can get it for $24.99 with no slipcover. I think that's super awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get to the next one. This is the Devinsville Terror. And cool little image on the front. It kind of reminds me of that movie that Criterion put out. I think that horror movie from the 20s, Haxon. Just that image on the front. And I'll kind of show you the front and back of there. The Devinsville Terror. Now this one looks interesting. Oh my goodness, is that Donald Pleasance? Donald Pleasance is in this film, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty cool. That definitely brings some credibility to your film. And let's see, nearly 300 years ago, the residents of Devinsville tortured and murdered a trio of women suspected of witchcraft. However, as they burned, the condemned women swore vengeance from beyond the grave. Now, that's an interesting setup. This is from 1983, and it's 82 minutes. You get a newly scanned and restored 2K from its 35 millimeter in internegative. God is a Woman, an interview with co-writer actress Susanna Love. I'm assuming these are new interviews, but it doesn't say new interviews on here. An interview with special effects artist Matthew W. Mungle. The Incredible Melting Man, an interview with actor Paul Wilson. Not Very Nice People, an interview with makeup artist Erica Euland. Mind of a Chess Player, an interview with camera operator Jurg V. Walther. Archival interview with co-writer director Yul Elamo. That's the director of the movie. Theatrical trailer. So I don't know. This one looks kind of good. Like this one looks like it could be an actual like legitimately good, like witchcraft horror movie from the 80s. I mean, you got Donald Pleasance in your movie. Like it can't be terrible, right? I don't know. I guess it could still be terrible. But that is the Devinsville Terror. That's the second one. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe I might be grabbing that one. I might be grabbing that one out of all these. I think it looks the most interesting. But the same thing with that one. I didn't go into the prices, but it's $30 with a slipcover, $24.99 without. And the same thing with this one, $29 with a slipcover and $24.99 with a standard edition. This is Goodbye 20th Century. And just kind of looking at the different artwork on this one. All right. This looks more, I don't know what this is. Post-apocalyptic, sword and sandals, but they got guns. So I guess it's a post-apocalyptic movie. That guy's got crosses all over him. He looks like a priest. So yeah, kind of strange. The year is 2019, and the world has become a dystopian wasteland. Well, that didn't happen in 2019. A group of nomadic marauders attempt to execute a man named Kuzman as they believe he is responsible for the death of the children in their tribe. After shooting Kuzman several times, they discover that he is in fact immortal. That is interesting. Kuzman then roams the wasteland trying to discover his purpose and ultimately seeking his own death. Upon meeting a fellow immortal, his journey leads him into the mythical ruins guarded by a sentry, whom he will have to defeat to enter and discover the secrets inside. Flashing back to New Year's Eve in the year 1999, Kuzman discovers a connection between him and the violent Santa Claus impersonator who ends up in an insane situation after crashing a funeral. Okay, very interesting. Looks like a post-apocalypse. Looks like a cross between Mad Max and Highlander or something. I mean, it definitely looks interesting. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I should be showing these images on here. I think that was a naked lady. Let's see. This is from 1998, 85 minutes. Region-free Blu-ray, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its original 35 original camera negative. But I don't think this is a 4K. I think this is a Blu-ray still with a 4K scan. So that's cool. It's got to at least look good. Incredible Madness, an interview with co-writer, director Alexander Popovsky. Designs Beyond the 20th Century, an interview with director Bruja Muka. The Immortal Man, an interview with actor Nikolai Rostava. Uber Macad. I can't even pronounce these games. I'm so sorry. This is a music video, though. Reversible sleeve artwork, newly translated English subtitles. So this is a foreign film as well, and there's also a trailer for this one. Trying to see. Yeah, they even reference Mad Max down here. as well. So yeah, it looks like a cross between Mad Max and Highlander to me. At least it gives me those vibes. But I don't know, guys. Does this one look interesting to you? Goodbye 20th century. Could be interesting. Doesn't necessarily pique my interest. All right, let's go ahead and get into the partner labels real quick. That is the 3 mainline Vinegar Syndrome releases. So like I said, just 3 Blu-ray releases, no 4Ks in this month's slate. All right. Let me look at the partner. Did I click on it? All right, here we go. All right. Let me go back here real quick. Apologize, guys. All right, so this is all Vinegar Syndrome's partner label stuff. Looks like they have 12 releases coming out for all their different partner labels. The first one is from Utopia, and it is American Rap Star, and that's going to be available for $22.99. I'm not going to get into the details of these. And this is from Deccan a Log. This is Amigo, and that's available for $25.49. You also have Saturn's Core Saturn's Core is the label, and then you have Deep Undead coming out from Saturn's Core for $25.49. You also have Gunpowder and Sky releasing Eat Brains Love. I feel like I've heard of that one. Let me get into that real quick. Is that a newer one? I feel like that's a newer film. Yeah, that one came out in 2019, and I remember seeing this one. I feel like maybe it was on streaming or something. I don't think I've seen it. Was this on a streaming service or something? It feels like one that I remember when it came out, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know if it was like streaming only. So that would be cool if it was a streaming movie that's coming to physical media for the first time. But I do remember the name. Let's see. We also have Factory 25 releasing For the Plasma. So yeah, don't know about that one. I guess it's about maybe it's about a killer plasma TV. Who knows? We also have Yellow Veil Pictures releasing Foxhole. We have American Genre Film Archive releasing Glow, the story of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. So I do know Glow, of course. Of course, they had that Netflix show, so that's interesting. Looks like a documentary there. This one's kind of interesting to me as a former pro wrestling fan. You have Canadian International Pictures releasing Hitman Heart Wrestling with Shadows. So this is one that I believe, and cool artwork on that. Like if you're a fan of Bret the Hitman Hart, I was a fan of Bret. He wasn't my favorite, but like this has got to be a must own for you. And this is some kind of a documentary, I believe. I'm trying to see when this one came out. This one came out in 1998, so this is an older documentary. I remember hearing about this one. It's possible I watched this. I might have seen this already. But yeah, very cool. I'm sure that they get into the whole Montreal screw job fiasco with him and Shawn Michaels. So yeah, very interesting. Him going to WCW. I don't know. It was in 1998. Would they have had time? Just depends on the timetable there to get into all that stuff. But you got new interview with Bret Hart, new interview with director Paul J. That's definitely interesting. Like if you're a wrestling fan, I'd imagine you'd probably be all over that one. So very cool. You also have The Son of the Stars coming out from Deaf Crocodile. You have Culture Shock releasing Thrust. Cool artwork on that one. Is that Clifford? What is that? It's like a dog on the artwork. I don't know why I just look like Clifford crying in the background. You got 2 people walking on train tracks with blood on their shirt. One of those shirts say fuck. So I don't know what's going on, guys. You got to be prepared for anything when you get on Vinegar Syndrome's website. You have another documentary here coming from ETR Media, Who Done It, the Clue documentary. So this one's interesting. I guess it's a documentary on the movie Clue. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. This one came out in 2022. Yeah, very cool. Film based on a board game who was murdered at the box office, and a shocking twist found a fan base with passionate appreciation for movies, hilarious dialogue, and incredible cast. Yeah, I guess if you're a fan of Clue, like that's awesome artwork too, with all the different like weapons from the game on it. That's very cool. Let's see, and then you also have Altered Innocence releasing Wild Reads. Okay, so that's all the partner label stuff. Let's go back to the main page real quick, if I can get back there. let's see. All right. Okay, we're back at the main page. Let's go over this Valentine's Day sale coming this weekend. And this starts on actually coming next weekend because this Friday is February the 3rd and this is February the 10th through Sunday, February the 12th. And yeah, you're going to get a Valentine's Day weekend sale. Pretty much all their pornos is what it looks like. All their, you know, their porn stuff. You know, you get some Picaramas in there. What products will be on the sale? 150 plus hardcore and sexploitation releases will be marked down from 50% off. Special note, discounted products will only include titles from Vinegar Syndrome and Picarama. Let's see. I've already placed a February pre-order. What do I need to know? If you have already placed a pre-order this month and would like to place additional orders during the sale, you can use our handy add to my existing. Okay, so if you want to order these titles that just got announced, you can order those now. And then later on, that's another cool thing that Vinegar Syndrome does. You can add to that with this Picarama sale. You know, if you're interested in the porn stuff, you know, I probably won't pick anything up from that, but you know, I know there's definitely an audience for that. But yeah, that is going to start on February the 10th through Sunday the 12th. And let's get into this last thing right here. Vinegar Syndrome Publishing. So apparently Vinegar Syndrome is going to start doing comic books, is what it looks like to me. You saw that New York Ninja on the front page. But let's read this real quick. Vinegar Syndrome is thrilled to announce the formation and launch of Vinegar Syndrome Publishing, along with the acquisition of legendary horror comic producer Eben Press. Eben co-founder Stephen Romano will also be taking the lead as creative director. Vinegar Syndrome Publishing will specialize in original comics as well as comic adaptations and novelizations, both hardback and trade paperback, of some of your favorite films in the Vinegar Syndrome catalog, along with other genre classics. We're also planning some artwork-based coffee table books, along with plenty of special merch and other fun surprises. Nice. Additionally, Vinegar Syndrome Publishing will be reissuing numerous iconic titles from the Ebon catalog, kicking off this spring with a new and updated edition of the 4-part comic adaptation of Lucio Fulci's Zombie. Nice. I didn't even know Zombie had an adaptation. I would love to get that for the collection. This upcoming edition will be sold individually as well as together in a collectible case. Each Ebon reissue will come complete with all new cover art, new supplemental materials, and stellar new packaging done as only Vinegar Syndrome knows how. We're also working on a brand new website to keep you updated on everything happening in the world of VS Publishing, including exclusive art previews, new title drops, and more. We couldn't be more excited to charge ahead with this new venture and can't wait to share it with you all. Team Vinegar Syndrome, February 1st, 2023. So yeah, this is a new endeavor from Vinegar Syndrome, getting into comics. You know, that's pretty cool. We can look at this one comic right here that was announced today. New York Ninja comic book. Neat. If you're into that kind of stuff, you know. Just another thing that Vinegar Syndrome is adding to their agenda. I mean, Vinegar Syndrome, guys, they're doing big things in 2023. And I'm here for it. I'm going to be here every month announcing these titles with you guys. You know, hopefully, you know, it wasn't the most exciting slate that we got today, for sure. There was definitely, I think there was more exciting stuff in the partner labels with that Bret Hart documentary and, you know, the Clue documentary. Some cool stuff coming out of Camp Vinegar Syndrome with the partner labels. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Turn on those bell notifications. Follow me on all my social media accounts down below for future updates on all this stuff. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Letterboxd. I'm on TikTok. I'm on all the places. Follow me down below in the description, and we'll see you guys next time.